Welcome back, everybody. We are back. We are back. We are back. Another episode of the Marketplace Mavericks. We got three guys all talking about their journey on Amazon. And we're back to give you guys a little bit of an update. We've had a couple weeks of some kick ass guests. And today we're going to kind of recap and go over what we're all doing on Amazon right now. So, what's going on, guys?
Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey, glad to be back, man. I've been doing a little traveling and then I was here last week and had the guest on. But yeah, I went to Alaska and got me a nice little cruise in and spent some time with the wife and left the kids at home with their nanny. And so I'm back in the game now. And so I'm ready to do this thing tonight. Pete, how's Pete doing?
Pete's doing okay. His AC is out actually today, and got to figure out what's going on with that. But nonetheless, yeah. As far as Amazon goes, just sort of, you know, doing what we were doing last week, and that is building up our inventory and doing some shopping online and just trying to get things all ready for Q4.
So Pete, let's start with you, man. Where are you at in leading up to Q4? You said you're buying your inventory
Yeah.
and are you FBMing as well this Q4?
Yeah, that'll be our primary focus. I don't think we've actually sent anything to Amazon in the last month or two. So we're storing everything, we're buying everything online, having it shipped here, and we're going to go ahead and ship it out to the customer as soon as somebody orders something during Q4.
So you got
So
your
our,
own little
our
warehouse going on there.
yeah, our garage is our warehouse, so it's starting to stack up.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
And John, what's up in John's world right now?
So yeah, I haven't really. It's kind of weird. I hear all this like talk about Q4 and everything.
I'm like you. I think I'm exactly like you. I hear Q4 and it sounds bad. It does nothing for me because I'm all OA. Excuse me, I'm all RA. And so it's I mean maybe I'll find something in there, but like I Q4 is just a term to me. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to increase sales. It's just with me doing outreach and all this brand stuff. It's I think it's going to matter more when next Q4 when I might be in more of a position to be where I have plenty of stuff to buy. I have to choose what I want to buy and what to have more inventory in. With this Q4 not doing OA and just doing what I'm doing, I'm already trying to buy stuff. So it's and some of the stuff I'm buying, it is a good time. The exclusive deal that I'm launching, the goal is to launch by Black Friday. So we are taking advantage, even though what I'm selling is not in any way a Christmas present, but with just the more eyes on Amazon, I think no matter what you're selling, obviously if you're selling toys, clothes, certain things are going to be, much higher. But I think anything that you're selling on Amazon, the sales go up just
Just
because
because you got a lot of eyes on those
yeah, there's
things.
just
Mhm.
eyes there. So yeah, I'm using this opportunity, which is like kind of a perfect time of year to launch. I'm going to launch right before Black Friday. So that is where a lot of my effort has been going. Because I'm building out, I'm launching two brands and then moving towards exclusives with a couple others. And a lot of it is getting ready, but all this stuff is I'm building out the listings and stuff. I'm not making any money yet.
So will all the exclusives and the brand directs that you have, will that be all going Black Friday?
Most of them, but a lot of them are also unknowns, because we're launching products.
So you could be a millionaire come
I
Christmas.
could, or it could do like absolutely nothing. Um,
Ba- Based on what Ian, one of our previous guests, I was on a community call with him. I guess it was a week or two ago, and he was saying, for Q4, we can expect to all be rock stars. We could all have our
yeah,
bills paid off and just living the lifestyle. So we'll see what happens. But again, just trying to remind everybody, none of the three of us have ever been in a Q4, so
yeah,
never
That's right.
same.
experienced it. So we're excited to kind of see what's in the future.
It'll be very
Yeah,
interesting. I mean, I said it a minute ago, but yeah, Q4 doesn't mean a whole lot to me right now. Now I am, we talked a little bit about me going to be launching a product just like John is, an exclusive deal with a brand, and so we're getting all that set up. So while mine could be a stocking stuffer or it could be a gift for somebody. I do think that I could see an increase as long as I'm able to get that thing up and going within the next couple, 2 to 3 weeks, I think is the game plan. So, yeah, I'm really excited about that. John, go ahead and finish out what your thought was.
I've completely forgot my thought.
I'm sure it died of loneliness upstairs, but
Yeah,
you normally got a
it
lot
was
going
banging
on up
around up
there.
there, and now it's gone. But yeah, I really think it's going to help because I'm learning on how to launch a product. And the idea is, and this is kind of a really broad idea, but we're going to be doing a lot of brand wide sponsorships. And the idea is for the first 2 3 months is you're going to spend some money with those brand wide sponsorships, get in that algorithm, get sales, and then you can back off of it and keep the sales because you're in Amazon's algorithm. And if you're getting sales, it will keep you up there without doing a lot of advertising.
And John, you seem to be
Then
wise
like
beyond your years on this stuff.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm looking at the data, I'm doing this stuff, but like there is, I mean, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. There is just a form of unknown that I don't think you can like get away from.
But John, you have some incredible help along the way with this, right? I mean, yeah, we're all brand new to this, but you have a VA who is helping tremendously with a lot of this stuff that truthfully none of us really have any idea about. We're learning about it. Uh, but your VA is able to do the analysis and the things like that really we don't really have much of an idea about and how to
No,
probably
we
pull
really
that kind of
don't.
stuff.
The only the only thing that I've come to terms with that I do need to dive in and learn more about is advertising. The PPC, now that I really know the way that I want to go in this business, the advertising is the part where I need to, like the Sellers United conference coming up, there's some PPC talk, some speakers with that I'm going to make sure I listen to. Like my PPC specialist that we hire, I kind of make her show me everything so I can start learning it. I think I will always use someone that's a professional that knows how to do it. But I do think it's something I don't ever need to know how to submit a flat file for a listing for the pictures and everything a certain way. I don't need to know that. But I do think that with advertising, and because you're hiring someone and paying them, you need to have an idea like, are they doing a good job or not?
Yeah.
Or, yes, I'm getting sales, but how much do I spend to get those sales? So that is something that I do. That's the one part where I feel like a little behind. I can tell like I'm behind on, and it's number one, super important. Number two, um, very confusing and not exactly my strong point in this business, but it's something that like I need to learn.
So PPC, John, that's explain PPC because maybe there's some people listening who
So you have the PPC. The PPC is kind of a price per click. That is only going to kick in. You would be using PPC in anything that you're not exclusive with. It's only going to kick in when you are in the buy box.
so
So,
if I'm the only one selling the item, I'll be in the buy box, right?
right. So you
Okay.
would be doing PPC, but really what you would be doing is brand wide. So this one brand, Canadian brand that I'm bringing into the US. That one I'm exclusive on everything. So that I will also do brand sponsorship. So that's kind of when you go to an Amazon page and you see that video at the top, that's full brand sponsorship. Those first 3 lines that you're seeing on the first page, that's brand sponsorship. Those are paid to get into there. But you don't want to, if you're not exclusive, you don't want to do that because now you're advertising for everyone. Uh, like another brand, I am exclusive on one ASIN that they're trying me out with, but not the whole brand. So all I can really do is do a PPC ad on that
On
one
that
ASIN.
ASIN.
Right. So, and they're actually the ones that have given me another brand exclusive that have 4 items in it in a different brand, different trademark, same industry. So if I do well with those 4, then I'll get the exclusive for the other brand, and I'll have 2 brand exclusive. with them. But again, now some of that, the part that I'm not exclusive on, that one is already selling on Amazon.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of them I'm launching. I mean, there's a risk and there isn't a risk. Like I'm not really putting out. Yes, I'm putting out. I'm paying my VA. I'm paying like small amounts of money. But when I do an order, the order is definitely that's the hardest part is figuring out what to order in your first order with these. And I still haven't gotten a concrete answer from anyone on it because everyone's afraid to say it. Like I don't know how many I should have. The other thing is when you are doing brand wide sponsorship, you do not want to run out during that. You want to be
Right.
in stock. This is coming from Canada. It's going to take longer to get here. Like,
Can't you just drive over and get it?
well, no, it's the other side of Canada. So I don't know. So I what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to overstock a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
spend the extra money.
So you don't run out.
Yeah, so I don't run out. It's because even if I test it for a week and it starts selling really fast, if I go ahead and order a whole pallet or whatever it is, we don't know. Luckily, with the first order, we're going to get an idea how long it takes to come from Canada. It shouldn't be too long, but it's still a border, so there's going to be a little bit of a delay. So yeah, that sort of thing is just kind of the unknown. Yeah, because normally it's not a test order. You got to just put in an order, and you probably have to, maybe it's something in the future I won't want to do with brands,
Well,
but
that's kind of where I'm at too, John, is in this journey is trying to figure out like how much do I buy? I mean, in my mind, I'm thinking like 100, 200, as a test order.
I
Uh,
think part of it, I mean, I'm going off of like the market research, but sometimes the market research is showing the ceiling. So if another brand is selling 3,000 of the month, you can't think you're going to sell 3,000.
right.
You got to think like, hey, I'm going to eat into his, and I'm going to be able to do 1,000 a month if I can eat into his numbers. So that's the idea of the way you're thinking about
And
it. But
we should
it's
be able to get that like in the market analysis that's being done.
you
We should
will,
be able to get a good number as to where we need to start. Because even though you're a brand direct, you're still getting the items, still got to ship them into Amazon. You still have all that turnaround time, just like
yeah,
OA, RA. I mean, it's
right,
still that you still got to wait on Amazon.
yeah. It's some of a mystery, and I'm launching on Black Friday. Like, does that mean I don't know? Like, I'm gonna go heavier. I'm gonna go heavier. I'd rather, yeah, I'm gonna roll. I mean, this is also one of my first ones. Like, I'm gonna roll the dice a little bit because it's also around Christmas. Like, if all of a sudden I go live end of November and now December 1st, I'm like, oh no, they're selling really fast. I put
Yeah,
an order
you're
in.
at,
That's not gonna be till first of the year
yeah.
until it's active. So yeah, it's a good problem. It means you're selling a lot, but that's also not a good. I don't know what happens if you're doing a launch and you run out of inventory. That's not great either. You're gonna go.
That's
You're
what I'm up
losing.
against.
You're pulling all your. Are you really screwing up your algorithm? Again, I'm new. I don't know. So
Pete,
like,
Pete, you were looking at some, was it an exclusive or what were you looking at? A brand direct? I can't remember what you were
Yeah,
looking at.
it was a brand direct exclusive deal with exercise with an exercise equipment, and that didn't actually work out. But my wife is putting together her own brand, the Positive Llama
Oh,
brand it's a candle company, and so she's been making lots of wax melts, and she already has one listed, and it's like a combo pack with a couple different scents in it. But that's the first of many products to come that we're really trying to focus on trying to figure out how to launch that. But
very cool.
yeah.
Very cool. So you got one product there and you're going to be looking at more in line with that. Is that what
Yeah,
I'm hearing?
it'll be more products within her Positive Llama brand, and it'll be candles. It'll be a number of different things. There's also room sprays that she does as well, and she's already been approved through Amazon, as a brand, and has had her first listing approved, and so
Nice.
we're trying to get the word out before Christmas comes along.
Very nice. Yeah, that's exciting, man. Having your own, not having to deal with anybody else. Like that's huge. Can you pump out the volume?
Yeah, yeah, she definitely has the inventory. She's building that inventory up as well. Not only FBM for all the products we're buying online, all the name brand products, but also her own products. We're trying to build that inventory up before Q4.
Now, Pete, I might be mistaken, but I thought I saw her walk by earlier. Shouldn't she be making candles?
She was in the
candle
process
maker.
of getting some
You
supplies
have your
and
AirPods in, right? She can't hear me.
yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I just think like this, like now that we've all kind of been in this for several months now.
It's hard to
um
believe, huh?
yeah, I've kind of learned like just do what works. Like we know the like for me, for somebody, and I think it could have been pure luck. For whatever reason, the stuff that I sourced in the beginning, I started having luck with brands. Like kind of the opposite of what people usually do. But I had no luck, still have had no luck with like distributors. So I've all of a sudden realized, like, especially after I got my VA and I have my graphic design, I kind of have like a team now. I was like, okay, I kind
Let's
of
do
like,
this.
and I really liked talking to a brand. I like getting on a Zoom call with somebody and talking to them because it's kind of cool to go from like when you're first talking to them, putting in an order, and like you're just another person and you're kind of trying to sell yourself, and they're not really engaged with you and whatsoever, to once they realize what you do and how you can help, it becomes like that partnership, like the sales like BS kind of goes away because what
Now it's relationship.
right, what you're offering, they need.
Yep.
And yeah, it's hard. You make a lot of cold calls, but at the end of the day, I'm giving them money.
Yeah. One of the things that I felt was like a huge, oh gosh, I think a threat or just a massive concern for me personally, even going into this brand direct situation, uh, was how the crap do I do this thing? Like I have never done this. And thankfully, I have a VA who's helped me with some of those things. But had I not had somebody like that, I would
I
just,
wouldn't.
I think now Pete's listing on his own, right, Pete? You guys
Yeah,
are doing it all on your own.
yeah. Like
Um,
there's so many different ways to do it. Like
there is, and that's what's interesting. There's no true right or wrong
yeah,
way, but you got to find out what works. And I mean, for me personally, Pete's way more intelligent than I am. That's beside the point. But like they're able to figure that out on their own. John and I got to have help. We need some help to get that thing done. And thankfully, uh, John's introduced somebody to me that I'm able to use, and hopefully we can get this thing up and going. But that was a threatening thing to me to do it on my own because I don't want to screw it up. I feel like I got one chance, one shot. Like this is make or break type deal, and I want to make it work. And so I did. I've outsourced this part of it, and if this thing works well, then I'm right in line with John, going brand direct as much as you possibly can. And I will have hopefully the exclusive on this entire brand that this guy has, and then then looking to either looking to expand that.
yeah, yeah. It's really like I've as soon as like it clicked, I'm like, this is what I'm doing. Then I realized like I had my whole website taken down,
Oh,
and
really?
yeah, I spent like 1,000
Because
fifty.
no one's needing your website or what? What's the
Well,
deal on that?
no, I didn't like my website was just like the typical wholesale website. It
Okay.
really hurt me more.
Okay.
Like you're better off unless you're going to like, and this is something that I thought in the beginning I needed to do, but now that I've been doing it for a little while, I realized like, no, I was wrong then.
You didn't have to have a website.
In fact, you shouldn't have a website unless a bad website will hurt you. A good website will help you. Like the website I'm building now, I'm leaning in to
Okay.
becoming an Amazon partner. Like I'm leaning into it. I built my website off of like my Amazon guy's website, Recon, which is another big agency. Like I'm building it kind of off of that. Um, and it's still
And
just
you
like
just have a portfolio listed there, like what you're
a
doing or what?
portfolio. I have videos of myself, pictures of myself.
That'll
And
get
then
that'll get a lot of hits.
I also use my VA to my graphic design VA to build out my entire LinkedIn
Okay.
because LinkedIn is just huge for this. I source through LinkedIn.
Oh,
So a lot of
really?
times when I speak to a brand or I see a brand as I'm sourcing, LinkedIn's like a secret little weapon.
Okay.
I can go into LinkedIn. So I've never had LinkedIn working for myself for 20 years. Like
You'd need it.
I literally until a month ago had never been on the site in my life. Like, so, and I realized I'm like, all right. So I started using it, and then I had my VA build out my whole page, like my website, like professional, good pictures, video, posting things. Now I post on it like 3 to 4 times a week. I have my business website on there and everything. Like,
You
and
got to hook your boys up here with your website and your LinkedIn, John.
yeah, so like so now, but a lot of times if I'm doing a brand, I look at the brand, there's no phone number, or it's just like a contact form. I look the brand up on LinkedIn, and then within the brand, I can go through the people in that
And
brand
find your
and I can
contact.
find a director of sales. Like I can actually call someone's main number or have their personal or have their email address or
Nice.
contact them right on LinkedIn. So like it's like
Have you had luck with using LinkedIn as a form
yeah,
of contact?
yeah. I don't know if it's turned into it, but I've gotten through to people and like who I would not have gotten when I pick up that
That
phone.
sounds like a secret weapon.
So it's like a secret little sauce. So I didn't realize how much, but now that I got the profile, like I paid for the site now, I can see who viewed my profile since I got it. And there were people looking me up that I had sourced their website. So they're looking at my email, and the first thing they do is look up your LinkedIn to see if you're legit or a website. So my website looked, I had no LinkedIn, and my website looked crappy. So I think a lot of times now, no one said like, "Hey, your website sucks," but I'm like, it's
But they're
hurting.
checking it out.
Yeah. So at least, and like now that I'm leaning into the Amazon thing, I want them to see I do Amazon. Like, because I'm also much more confident to defend myself with it too. So yeah, like that's what's been working for me. So I'm like, all right, well, now I need to market myself for it. Like if I'm calling myself an Amazon expert, like that's how I need to market myself. And I really market myself as a revenue, because that's what I am. I'm a revenue source. Now, at some point, if I was to get bigger, I could use myself as an agency and just, I could create uh, A plus content for people and just charge them, outsource it, charge them, mark it up. Charge. A lot of people do that. I'm not doing that now, but all I am is a revenue source. And once people hear that and kind of understand that, because they're assuming I'm charging them for something. So
Mm.
as soon as they kind of hear like, oh, you're doing all this and I'm just selling you my product, it's like, yeah, like it's this flip
It's
of
a yeah, it's a changeover.
it's like,
They didn't realize that at first.
yeah, they're like, oh, all right. And then it is like with the brands I'm working, it was like overnight, all of a sudden, emails returned within 10 minutes. Them messaging me saying, hey, I have my partner, we need to get on a Zoom call tomorrow. All of a sudden they start like pursuing you. And I'm like, oh, there's value in what I'm doing. Like if you get a guy at the right time, like, so this guy's going to manage my Amazon, do all the advertising for me, and all I have to do is just sell him my
Sell
stuff.
them.
Like,
That's a win-win for them, and you're going to make money.
right. And like, yeah, because it's just like you can pay an agency, but if you use me, I'm doing the same thing the agency does, and I have like real skin in the game. Like the more you sell, the more I buy, the more money we it's like such a simple, like it's a very
It's a
simple concept.
one-stop
It's a no
shop,
brainer.
honestly. It's a one-stop
Yeah,
shop for those guys.
right. And when in my head, I think of going back to being a business owner and dealing with salesmen. I'm like, yeah, that would get me to listen because I always think of something like, somebody approached me with this. Like, what? I'm like, yeah,
So,
I'd
John,
listen.
people that are listening here, give us a sample of how you, and maybe we're just kind of going all over the place here, but what does it sound like? Hey, this is Blake with Nabisco. What does John say?
So usually, first phone call is feeling them out and seeing if they'll just sell to me because it's still about like getting an order in. Because as soon as you spend some money with them, and then like usually as soon as that order hits Amazon, I'm calling them back, asking about their Amazon, asking about their pages. And once I realized, and my in with a lot of people, and this is just worth for me, my in is, hey, your page isn't good. I can
You
make
just
you,
come out right and tell them.
yeah, like your page isn't good. Like, I'll get some headaches like with Amazon and this and that. I'm like, well, listen, if you put me in as a seller into your registry, like they can put you in so you can make changes, I can optimize these listings. And that's when I start to go into like what I can do. And I was like, listen, I'll do like, I won't charge you for that. I'll tell them, be like, at some point, like, yeah, my goal is to be your only seller. Um, and then at that point, that's when I can start to do full brand sponsorships and things like that.
So,
But,
how much of that stuff are you doing yourself versus outsourcing to a VA?
oh, yeah, 100, I don't do any of it myself.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I thought the VA is kind of what's you know
A perfect,
spearhead.
a perfect example of what I am.
You know what to tell them to get them
Yeah,
to trust
I'm a,
you. because you know
Yeah.
somebody in the background who can take care of the rest of it.
Think of a brand direct exclusive as like you're the GC, you're the general contractor. Like you know what the house is supposed to look like when it's done. You know what looks right, but you don't need to know how to wire the house.
Yeah.
You don't need to know how to
Hang the
put
sheetrock,
crown
mud the
molding on.
walls, whatever.
You don't need to know how to do it. You need to know like when it needs to get done. You need to check in on things and make sure the quality is good. You need to check on everything.
You're the owner.
Right, but you don't need to be doing it all.
Yeah.
So that is the best like comparison I can put to compare it to like
That's good.
something
That's really good though.
else. Is like, yeah,
Because
you
I
don't.
think I think in my mind, like it was one of those things where you have to have, and I think having the knowledge of it, as we talked earlier about PPC stuff, like you need to have the knowledge and the
Yeah,
understanding of these things, but to do it all is not fully on you. You got
no,
people for that.
no. Like I at least am starting to learn. Like, hey, with my ad spend, if the ad cost is this much and it's bringing in this much and it's this percentage, like we're going in the right direction. You know, so things like that. But yeah, like chances are I could probably at some point would start running my own PPC ads. But anytime I launch a product, it's a lot of work to figure out that ad budget and that ad spend and where to put it. Like I
Well,
don't know
that
if
that's
I
one of
don't
my questions is how
yeah,
in the
like I
world do
don't
you
think I
know
ever
where
need
to
to do
gauge that?
that. Yeah. And the thing is it'll what if I was to learn and sit down and try to learn it all and then a year or two later go back to it, like it's Amazon, it's changing.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a constant change. So, like, to stay up with it is just somebody, yeah, like I would think people that don't do well in this business, micromanagers or people that feel like they have to do everything that we all know that person, he owned a construction company or something, but he just couldn't leave any of the subcontractors alone and like half of them would walk off the job site. Like, a guy like that would not be great in Amazon. Like, you
Got to
got to,
let the reins go and let the people do the work who can do it.
yeah,
Empower those
hire,
people.
yeah, hire good
Let's
people.
hire the right people.
Yeah, hire the right people that are better than you, that are really good at your weaknesses.
And John, you can talk. You
I
can.
got plenty of weaknesses.
Yeah, but that's the same as me and probably Pete as well. You and I have some of the same strengths, and I think Pete and I have the same strengths and stuff. But yeah, I think we can manage the people. But as far as doing that work, there's just so much detailed work to that we're just not equipped for. When there's people around us who can do it with ease, that we're struggling.
Right. Like I bet you would probably more enjoy. Pete would love it if he could do more of the behind the scenes stuff and he was able to find some VA that was like my VA, but with brand outreach and sourcing. Like,
Right.
I bet
Yeah.
you would love that. You would start doing brand direct wholesale tomorrow if you found like a sourcing wizard, right?
Right, yeah, for sure. And
And
I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but during my 9 to 5, when I had a 9 to 5, I was a project manager. It was in IT. It wasn't necessarily like in something like in Amazon, but it sounds very similar to kind of
still
what
managing.
you're saying. Yeah, you're still managing the people and the processes and the budget and everything. It sounds like it's really much in line with what I have to look forward to.
Yeah. Like, and yeah, Pete, that might be like your way of going.
That could be your golden ticket right there, Pete.
Hmm.
Start finding us like I've always so the that company that I went through somewhere, they like what I was looking was really Filipino, but they also do it was Filipino and a lot of South African. And now I don't know about you. Like, yes, it's just right, wrong, or indifferent. If my VA, Chris, I had her do outreach to like, even though she's a very smart woman and she's very fluent in English, she's Filipino. Like, she sounds like a telemarketer on the phone. Like, it's not her fault. It's just her accent, right? Or someone that's, with a heavy accent, but a South African accent is gold.
Hmm.
Like
Interesting.
I don't know if it's just me, but so the somewhere.com, a lot of people who work at it are South African. And when I got on like a Zoom call with them, the South African accent is just this very like pleasant, it's almost like British. Like I hear a British accent, they always sound like they know what they're talking about.
Is it intellectual like me sound? Is it kind of sounding like me?
Yeah, I mean like you, but like in
But a
between
little
you and I.
better.
Yeah, but they're very, very good like customer service. Like you could find a South African to do your sourcing and your brand outreach. So a lot of people are doing stuff like that. And for some reason, especially just because they're talking to Americans. So if you call an American with a Filipino accent, you're just going to get hung up on because they're going to think you're a
They
telemarketer.
think telemarketer.
You
Yep.
know, it's going to get the Filipino accent is going to get loaded in with like Middle East. It's all going to like people are going to just melt it together. So like having that, like no one ever hears a South African accent. Like if I picked up the phone and I was a brand owner and I heard a South African accent, I would not be thinking salesman or telemarketer.
Interesting.
Like I think a lot of Americans would have like that same feeling if you just heard that. And that's all you really need is that first 10 seconds to kind of introduce yourself and stuff with them having an open mind. So I could see, yeah, Pete, like you find yourself one day like a really good brand direct source, and then you do the back end.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll look
Just
into that for
take
sure.
your strength and do your strength and, you know, train someone to do their strength. I mean,
Hmm.
finding a sourcing VA is not easy, but like, I mean, people do it.
Hmm.
You know, even if they get to the point where he's putting in an order or he was interested, and then you can talk to them. But at that point, the ice has been broken.
For
So
sure.
that's an idea too. Just something for everyone. You just got to like what you're good at and what you've had success with. Success with just doing it doesn't matter if some people don't like it. I mean, I still don't like someone like Ian. Like I cannot wrap my head around how he does what he does. Like that amount of OA and like he has like 50 credit cards and like
Yeah, the stuff that he
so many
moves around to
VAs and like he's like an
robbing Peter,
encyclopedia.
paying Paul, like that's a lot of
Right.
stuff
But
going on.
I mean,
But he's able to do it. I mean, that's what he does.
yeah, he's doing it just fine. So that's
Find
just
your
like,
strength and do it. And he did it. And
yeah.
he's
And he
doing
even,
it.
I mean, Ian even says, he's like, I want to get into wholesale. I want to transition, but like, yeah, I don't blame him. Like, what he's doing right now is making money,
Yeah.
you know? So, but yeah,
Pete,
I
wrap it
think
up. What you got for us?
No, I think it's a great conversation. I think that we have a lot going on, all three of us, and it sounds like we're getting ready for Q4. I think we're all excited about it. Again, we haven't ever been in a Q4, and I think it's going to be something that we're really going to enjoy because I think we're really setting ourselves up for a very profitable one. So
we're gonna
I'm
find
excited
out.
about it.
Yeah, one way or another, we're going to find
or it's
out.
gonna be or it's gonna be like December 10th, and none of us are gonna have any inventory.
Hey, I would rather sell out than have nothing to sell.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, guys, that was great. And you know, everybody else, you got to make sure you like and subscribe. We're having a ton of fun because we're three guys and all we do is sit around and bullshit on the computer.
And if you want to send us an email, you can do that. Marketplacemavericks@gmail.com. Marketplacemavericks@gmail.com.
Well, until next time, guys, we will see you next week. We're gonna look for someone to bring on. I don't know who. But you're not going to want to just listen to us three babble again for a half an hour. So we're going to bring someone on, and we'll let you know next week.
Let's do it.
Surprise.
Until then, adios.
Oh.